Paraphrase Oscar Wilde, the only thing worse than not talking about oneself is missing a chance to talk about oneself. Our utterly self-conscious #1 story on the countdown, the New York Times holding its annual Arts and Leisure Weekend in which luminaries like Sir Salman Rushdie, Glenn Close, Tavis Smiley, Louis Black, Whoopi Goldberg, and Barbara Walters were interviewed live on stage. And there was apparently a cancellation in the slot for Saturday at 4 o'clock, and they televised it on C-SPAN, or they're going to, or something. I don't know.
How exactly do you come to tell the President of the United States to shut the hell up? Not that anyone here is arguing.
I was going to say, well, #1, somebody had to. My interviewer was no less august a figure than Andy Rosenthal, the editorial page editor of the Times. He suffered me my self-absorptions, including on the future of the Bush segment. I'm trying to figure out exactly how, but I think we need to continue it because clearly all the effect of this presidency is not going to go away on the 20th.
Well, Obama's going to spend his entire presidency just undoing the damage that Bush did to the environment.
I think the 50th president will still be working on this issue. Among the other topics, journalistic credos, Governor Palin, and this impression that I somehow question authority. I don't know where it comes from. I had a teacher who passed away last year, and we had the memorial service for him in October. And he taught me whatever little I understand about American politics. His name was Walter Schneller. And one of the things he kept saying was, you know, people will tend to oversimplify history, but they will. We should agree that there are certain things to look for that can corrupt any society and can potentially destroy even this one. And he mentioned things like, you know, the mixture of the government and any religion in any significant form where there's any kind of touch of theocracy in advance, meaningless invasions of countries, suppression of the media, portraying as evil dissent, all these little things. By the way, I'm beginning my national "That Guy's Evil" tour. The validation that Sarah Palin provided me.
That was a great thing.
It was a wonderful thing. And I had this horrible fear, she said yesterday, that she'd been taken out of context. And I thought, oh no, she doesn't think I'm evil. When did we start accepting blogs as hard news sources? I was 17 years old and I was the sports director of this college radio station. Your contribution, my contribution to this was, what order do I put my 11 stories for my 5 minutes of rant? Like, oh, no, that's the #2 story. This is, I'm really good at this.
That's called editorial judgment.
Exactly. Yeah. No writing, nothing at all. No contribution other than that and the reading part. And I have my script already chosen. It's a fairly dull night, and this guy comes on the station WTKO, and he has a lisp. And other than that, it turned out he had exactly the same sportscast. The same wire machine, the same stories he'd selected, and he put them in the same order. And the light bulb and the sun appeared at 11 o'clock at night, and it said, just because you don't have a lisp does not mean you're going to be a success in this business or that you're actually contributing anything. Go and write it yourself and put something of yourself in it. And that is my journalistic philosophy, and the one that I believe needs to be applied to television and all forms of journalism. And that WTKO sportscaster's name is Bill O'Reilly. Now, although Mr. Rosenthal was nice enough to bring him and Rupert Murdoch into this conversation.
And has famously said, you get rid of Overman and I'll stop attacking you.
Or at least shut me down.
Shut me down.
I don't know that he necessarily wants to get rid of me, but...
Maybe if you started supporting Bill O'Reilly and saying good things about him.
I think the things I've said have been good things. I think the things I've said have been the best possible things about him.